Okay, running live on YouTube. Let's get IG going. Okay, looks like I'm running live on IG. Hey, welcome, my friends. Welcome back. I'm your boy, Earl McCray. I'm 100K up, 100 pounds down. I'm your teacher and your preacher. Here to kind of give a quick recap of day one of our Effortless Evolution Challenge. Day one. So in day one, I laid out the framework of this challenge. And the framework is evolution is necessary and it's delicious, meaning that as we go through life and we're sorting and shifting and we're going through things that we love, things that we don't necessarily love, we're getting exposed to contrast. And if your evolution looks like, I've been in my job in my 20s and 30s, now I want to do something different. Or I've raised my kids and they're now going off to college. I'm going to be an empty nester. I want to do something different. Or, man, I've been overweight, in my 20s and 30s. I'm getting ready to get into my 40s. I want to do something different. My microphone is off. Thank you for making me aware of that. And hopefully that's being remedied now. Let me know, IG, if you can hear me as we move this forward. So the goal is evolution is necessary, okay? But when we are in an evolutionary point, as we're trying to go from where we are now to that 2.0 version of ourselves, is it important to have some pillars. So the foundational framework I gave you all yesterday in our challenge is that, you got to have physical renewal. You got to have financial renewal, and you got to have emotional renewal in order to go through these various stages of evolution. Many of you guys who have been following me on social media know my story. I'm an educator of 15 years, love the children, love working with young people. Got into education not because of income, because of outcome, and realized the outcome that I thought I was going to make on my community wasn't as impactful as I initially thought. And please let me know if the microphone issue has been resolved. I have made some adjustments on my end. And hopefully y'all can hear me. But like everything else, I had to go through some shifts, some changes. Part of the shift, one of the shifts I went through was realizing I couldn't change people. I couldn't change my students. I couldn't change the outlook of my students' parents. But I could change how I perceive situations. And that's what I focused on, my perception. So everything's about evolution, guys. So let me just give you a quick recap in the next 15 minutes. And let me set you up for day two of what we're going to do from 7 p.m. To 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Facebook group. First of all, if you're not a member of my Facebook group, definitely hit the link in the comment section below so you can become a member of that. I give away a lot of free game. If we're talking about finances, you're going to hear my free game on my Airbnb portfolio, how I'm a little bit unique, how, I don't host locals. I don't host or deal with the worries of parties or the worries of, people squatting in my place and not, me needing to get the law enforcement involved. I don't actually own all of my properties. I do some amazing thing with Airbnb rental arbitrage. So, I am definitely a source if you're about financial renewal. But today, I want to talk about the spiritual renewal. In a nutshell, on day one, here's what we said. We said that happy people live longer. Let me repeat that. Happy people live longer. One of the ways that we can experience happiness is by constantly being in a state of gratitude and a state of contribution. Many spiritual people are in that state. So what we did is we we kind of boiled it down that spiritual people try to be happy because they're in gratitude and contribution mode. But what are some obstacles to spirituality? And we talked about a few of those obstacles. We talked about the obstacle of making time. We all talked about the obstacle of just being distracted. We talked about the obstacle of, past trauma, fear of change, ego, stressing, anxiety. We also talked about materialism. Some people are still in the box that you can't be spiritual and live a life of abundance. And we kind of debunked all of those pieces. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to endeavor to talk about some ways. Now that we dealt with the obstacles, I'm talking about some ways that we can go through a spiritual. I'm sorry, I said the wrong word. I'm going to talk about some ways we can go through a physical renewal. Okay, because ultimately, right, spiritual renewal makes us happy. Happy creates a hormone in our body. That hormone in our body takes us out of that fight or flight or that stress syndrome. And now we can do amazing things like let go fat. I don't think most people realize that you don't lose weight all of the time by working out a gazillion hours in the gym or by eating a super healthy diet. No, you got to reset your hormone level. And your hormone level is defined by how you feel, your emotions. Okay. Emotions are a big piece of what I do. And that's why I packed it at the end because I'm going to leave the best for last. So on today, we're going to talk about physical renewal. We're going to talk about the idea that movement cures almost every ailment. If you're able to move, if you're able to get the lymph system moving, not just your blood, but moving your chi, it's going to make a world of difference in your well-being. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Eastern modality of medicine versus the Western modality of medicine. And I'm going to share with you something that I teach all of my students to do if they're of a certain age, say 40 and above, say their BMI is way off the charts, and they can't do a workout that requires them to jump around and aggravate joints that may be already wearing. I'm going to share with you how we go about addressing that modality, addressing that group of people. But I think the biggest thing that I want to share in today's live is the connection between the physical renewal and the financial renewal. Look, I'm going to tell you guys, I didn't start making money until I started losing weight. As crazy as that sounds. I didn't start making money until I started losing weight. I didn't start losing weight until I started moving until I started feeling better, until I started flooding my hormones. I got out of the fight or flight mechanism. I no longer was in stress. And because I was always in stress, I would see all of these opportunities to make money. I would jump into them and I would self-sabotage myself. I was the issue, not the opportunity. I was the problem. But as soon as I got out of this cycle, as soon as I stopped whatever word I'm trying to use. Point is, I was the issue. my things changed, my outcomes changed, my results got better. And the blessing now is that because I've experienced this journey, I can help take others on this journey. So if you endeavor to feel better physically, to feel better financially, to be happier emotionally, there's some things I can share with you. There's some results I can help you get. So again, if you're not a member of our Facebook group, the link below, go ahead and click that, become a member of it, and rock with me for the next 4 days. And if you like what I offer, there'll be a couple opportunities for us to extend the relationship. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's a master class, maybe you want to become a member of my academy. It's all up to you. All right, guys, God bless. Let me say goodbye to Facebook. Facebook saying goodbye to you guys now.